Hi, today we're going to talk about lawsuits and litigation.
Ooh, fun.
What happens if you get sued? What do you do? Here with Tom Dunlap, who's going to help us walk through the five most important things to do if you happen to get served with a lawsuit.
Yeah.
And what do you think the number one thing is?
But the number one thing with a lawsuit is there is a time, there's a clock on every lawsuit. In federal court, in my view, you really have less than 15 days. Now, technically, it's going to say you've got 21, but you've really, is it 21?
21 Virginia,
Yeah.
usually 21 in federal court
Yeah.
too.
21
Some
days.
places it's 30, but it's tough.
So make sure you pay attention with the summonses, but don't ignore it. That's what it boils down to is you've got to take it seriously. Taking a lawsuit and shoving it under your couch cushions or throwing it away doesn't get you out of the lawsuit. Frankly, running away from the guy trying to serve you with process doesn't get you out of the lawsuit. It may delay the time you have to respond. So there's some strategies there, but don't ignore a lawsuit. That's number one. David, if I receive a lawsuit and I'm not ignoring it, what is the first thing I should do with that lawsuit? And I'm not a lawyer, I'm a business owner, hypothetical business owner here. What would I do with that lawsuit?
Well, you need to call a lawyer and get them lined up to respond to it, like we were talking about.
Well, any lawyer? Should I call my business corporate lawyer? Should I call my divorce lawyer?
Right. You need somebody that's familiar with litigating in that forum where the lawsuit was filed. So you want to look at what the type of case is and try to find a lawyer that's a litigator with expertise in that area of law. Is it a commercial contract? Is it a trademark case? What kind of case is it? And that'll help you choose the right lawyer.
Perfect. Well, and I think that the next thing that you have to do, affirmative. So we're talking about your lawyer should do a lot of stuff. And frankly, when you consult a lawyer, especially in a commercial litigation case, they should tell you this right away. But the third thing you need to do is preserve documents. And I say preserve documents because that helps you win your case because you need to save every email you have. And if you're in a company, you need to immediately put out an email to the rest of the company saying, hey, don't delete or destroy any emails. But also, if you don't, after you receive a lawsuit, you could be subject to spoliation sanctions, which means you could lose your case merely by deleting emails as soon as you get that lawsuit. So if you get the lawsuit, you're like, oh my gosh, we have some emails that are really bad for us. Let's delete them. That could lose you your lawsuit right there. So I think that's a huge thing. Preserve documents, not just for you, not just for things that benefit you, but preserve documents so that you don't mess up your own case by accident. David, what's the fourth thing you should do when you get sued?
Well, then you need to talk to your lawyer and dive into what the case is about. You need to understand and familiarize yourself with what the case is about, the claims that are being asserted. So you'll want to obviously read the lawsuit with your lawyer and talk through, okay, well, what does this mean? It says breach of contract. What are the terms that they allege we breached? Because that'll help us formulate a strategy and go forward with defending the case. So definitely dig into what's happened and provide your lawyer with background information. The lawyer knows the law, but they don't know everything that happened before. So you want to talk through it with them so that they fully understand what's going on.
And you know what I tell my clients to do when they get sued? I tell them, look, write down every single thing you can think about to respond to the allegations of the lawsuit. Don't send it to anyone but me. It's attorney-client privilege. It's cathartic. It's going to let you release, but it's also going to give your lawyer a really good background, a really good factual grounding to read the claims in the context of your side of the story. Because let's face it, getting a lawsuit is one side of the story. That's the other side of the story. Don't get mad about it. They're telling their side of the story, and it may be wrong, it may be full of lies, or it may be just jaded and shaded. But it's really important that you get the facts down that you remember in response to what they're alleging. So this leads me to my fifth point, which is you need to have a strategy. And if you got sued for $100, maybe you just settle the lawsuit, right? So strategy doesn't have to be respond to the claims and go all out in discovery and go crazy. You need a strategy to deal with the lawsuit. The strategy has to be more than a legal strategy. It has to be a business and legal strategy together. It has to make financial sense and it has to make legal sense and factual sense. So those are our 5 fast facts on what to do if you get sued. Thanks for joining David and I here at DBL.